Well, hello guys, and welcome to another LEGO The Ninjago movie set review. This time we are going to be reviewing set 70608. This is the Master Force. As you can see, it includes Jungle Garmadon, Kai, Master Wu, and then a skeleton. So there you can see the front of the box. Then on the back we've got some action scenes of the set there with Wu versus Garmadon. So now let's start by taking a look at the minifigure. And so starting off with Jungle Garmadon here, as you can see he does have 4 swords. All 4 are just the regular silver katanas we've got for years now. But then there you can see all of his torso and leg detailing, and then the print which is on the top forearmed piece. And there you can see his face, which is a really nice print. And then you can see the new rice hat piece which they have created for this line, which is pretty cool. And then turning around to the back, and you can see there is a bit of back detailing under that forearmed piece, but it is just the same forearmed piece they used for Garmadon in 2012 and 2013. But they've just kind of flipped the arms around and then printed the back like so. And then there you can see his back detailing. So pretty cool minifigure, and obviously there is the cape as well, so there you can see the design on that. Not sure what it says, but I am pretty sure it is all written in Ninjago language. And then next up here we have got Sensei Wu. Now this is a really nice version of Sensei Wu. So as you can see he does get these staff which all kind of versions of Sensei Wu have. And there you can see some of his torso detailing. There is no leg detailing under the skirt, so I'm not going to bother taking that off. Then you can see some of the face, and also the foot detailing he has. And then taking off the beard there you can see the face is pretty similar to old Wu's, but it is definitely a new design which looks pretty cool and making him look pretty angry. And there you can see all of his torso detailing. And then there you can see the back detailing with the symbol of destiny. And one problem I do have with these skirt pieces is this right here. I do try and like to get that in between the back of the legs there, but with this mold it doesn't really work, and it also doesn't work when it's printed because you get the print all out of line. So I do wish they would print those better so that you can do that, and there is no ridge at the side here, which honestly looks really annoying. But other than that, really nice minifigure, and that is it for Wu. And then the last minifigure here is Kai, and this version is with his hair, and you do not get his mask included, so you have to always have him like this. As you can see there, the torso only detailing, which is pretty cool. I said this in the review of Spinjitzu training, but I do wish he had red legs with those red bits printed on. I think it just would have looked better and would have went with the suit better. And if you do want to see what he looks like with the mask, then go check that review out. But there you can see his face detailing under the hairpiece, and this hairpiece is very large, as you can see, and kind of unnatural. Not a big fan of it, but I do think it fits with this movie version of Kai, but it definitely does not fit with the older Kai. And then obviously he has got the skybound scabbard in gunmetal grey there with 2 swords in it. And then there you can see his alternate face, and there's what that looks like with the hairpiece on. Then taking all of this off, there you can see his back detailing. So moving on to the actual Master Force set itself here, we do just get this one main big build, and this is a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be, and that is really nice. So as you can see, it is just this bridge above water. And then as you can see in the middle of the bridge we have got this rock here, and on top of that we've just got a clear blue cylinder there. And you can see kind of the water is built up around that, so it's kind of like it's flowing off of here. We've got all these rocks around everywhere. This has been built up really nicely down here, and definitely makes for a dangerous place to land, as I'm assuming this is going to be like over some kind of river, and there's going to be a very high current, so if you fall, smash onto a rock, you will then just get pulled away with the current and lost forever. But as you can see, they have built this up very nicely with putting kind of dark clear blue pieces on top of the blue to kind of give depth to the water and make it look like it's flowing pretty fast. So that is really nice. And then you can see it from the other side there with more rocks. And then moving over to the steps here, as you can see, they are very broken, and it's probably going to be very hard for the ninja to get up here, because as you can see, kind of has to jump, and then you are moving this scorpion detail here. And then once you're at the top of the bridge, obviously you've still got to cross the bridge above this very high current of water. And obviously we all know who is going to be at the other side ready to challenge them. And that is of course Garmadon there, as you can see, which you can stand him very easily at this other side, so that is nice. And then as you can see, more rocks just built up around here, making it look broken, which is very nice. And we've got some green pieces to kind of represent shrubbery, which has been growing from the ruins. And over on this side, as you can see, they do use some of these smaller kind of burnt pieces to build up some terrain. And then this bit over here is all built up, and you can see it kind of goes inward to this little bit that's hanging down. And they have used those pieces quite a lot for rocks hanging down, so as you can see there is one there. And we've got more water on this side as well. Then moving all the way around to the back, you can see we've got this very long vine, and that is just keeping this skeleton in here. And then taking a look at him, he's just a generic skeleton that they put in like every set with a skeleton now. And as you can see, he's holding another one of these rock pieces. And then he does come with this map, which is giving directions to the Temple of the Ultimate Weapon. And then you can see the Destiny's Bounty on there as well. So as you can see, that is pretty cool. And I'm assuming this bridge here is going to be the Master Falls. So this is obviously going to be on the way to the temple, and that is why Garmadon is going to be guarding this kind of gateway up here, as you can see. And then as you can see, they have used the Lego Games kind of micro figure pieces to give some detail to this. And you can see we've got these two little podiums on each side. Taking Garmadon out there, you can see it is just kind of a little doorway. Then we've got this kind of tree which has been built into the terrain, which is very nice. And you can move this leaf around as it is just on a mixer joint there. And then we've got this branch which you can also move around, which kind of represents the bush on here connecting to this cage. And this cage can be removed, which is a very nice build, and it just connects with those two studs there, which is very simple and easy to put back on and take off. Then the cage itself here, really nice cage, definitely reminds me of something from Pirates of the Caribbean, and this whole set kind of reminds me of that as well, which is very nice. So as you can see, they've got this leaf on the top there, which is kind of representing the continuation of the tree back there. And the cage, you simply just open it up and you can put whoever you want in there. So you could put Kai in there. We'll just put him in there for now. But from looking at the trailers and looking at the background, I do think it is actually going to be Garmadon who's in here. But yeah, you can just put them in there very nicely, and it is a really nice build. And then that just attaches back here like so. So you just have to sit it on there, get it lined up, and it will sit there perfectly, and you can kind of cross the bridge to try and get there. And then onto the actual bridge itself, very nice build, probably one of the best bridge builds that LEGO has ever done. So as you can see, not only have they used the tyre tracks, which they often use for bridges, but we've also got two pins where you can stand minifigures. Kind of wish they were the light grey version, because then they wouldn't stand out as much. But once you've got a minifigure stood on there, it doesn't really matter. So we can get Garmadon and Wu stood here. And then as you can see, the railings have been built up really nicely with these pieces here. And they aren't just so that you can have railings to a bridge finally, but there is also, if I can get Kai out of here, they are also able to be clipped onto with a minifigure hand, so that you can actually have a ninja try to stop himself falling into the river below, and that is very nice. And then as you can see, we've got these flames here, these little torches, which are in front of these scorpions there. So overall, really nice design. And then in the back here where the skeleton sits, there are no studs, so you just kind of have to place him in, but the vine does kind of help to keep him there. So that is very nice. Or you could kind of stand him to the side here if you really wanted to, or put him inside this little cave bit, but it really doesn't matter. So that is very nice. There aren't actually that many features to this set, and it's more of a building kind of set, and that is probably why I like it so much, because there is really no parts of the design which had to be sacrificed to allow for features. So there is kind of no pin sticking out the back so that you can collapse the bridge. The bridge just connects by two pieces over here, which is very nice. And then it is mainly just so you can kind of display it or play with it, and it also makes it a lot easier for stop motion as well. And if you manage to build this up into a really nice area, kind of on a blue base plate, and then built some shrubbery around it, it would look fantastic. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the Master Falls set. Now we can get onto the ratings for the set. So before we get onto the ratings for the set, taking a quick look at the instructions here, as you can see, the front is the same as the front of the box there. We've got Wu attacking Garmadon, Kai down there. And we just get straight into the build. And as for the advertisement in the back, we've got the win with Lloyd there. We just get a piece count. Then we have an advertisement for the Legoland Ninjago ride. We've got an advertisement for Lego Worlds, and then there is the code to unlock the police tuk-tuk from the City Chase in-game. And then there you can see an advertisement for the Ninjago video game there with Sensei Wu and all of the ninja. We've got an advertisement for the Ninjago movie website. All of these sets, and I have reviewed the City Chase and Spin Jitsu Training, and the next set I will be reviewing is actually going to be the big Ninjago City. Probably not going to be getting any of these other sets, but yeah. And then there you can see we've got a poster for the movie, and then we just get the build again. So overall, onto the ratings for this set. I am going to give this set a 10. This is by far one of the best Ninjago playsets ever. I mean, because it has no features, that means that none of the build has been sacrificed to allow for kind of levers to collapse the bridge, as I said, and the nice cheap way to get Sensei Wu and Garmadon is also very nice, as this version of Garmadon I'm pretty sure only comes in this set and the Temple of the Ultimate Weapon, and then Sensei Wu, aside from the minifigure series, he is also in pretty big sets as well. And it is also nice to get Kai with his hair as well, despite that also being in the minifigure series. But yeah, overall, really good build. Definitely recommend this set for any Ninjago fans and non-Ninjago fans as well, because honestly it's very solid build, and it works well with kind of any jungle setting. As I said, definitely reminds me of something from the kind of Pirates of the Caribbean Cannibal Island, but that is just me. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this review, so please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!